before we get into the piece, we just wanted to share some things with you.
Hi, my name is Alyssa, and I'm a part of Enable Ensemble here with Franz and these beautiful folks who you may or may not be able to see right now. This piece was born out of processing ongoing grief, both in our personal lives and as is being seen by the genocide in Gaza. As artists, we're called to create, to witness, to sit in the discomfort and dream of better.
We hope this piece brings hope, but we do want to give some content warnings because there will be some chaos, maybe some discomfort. Some of our words may stir feelings or ignite and activate, so whatever you need to do to take care, please do.
Recently, a couple different knowledge keepers shared a reminder with me that we are all spirit processing human emotions, and that our emotions are allowed to be felt and not fixed. So here is a verbal allowance to sit beside any discomfort that may arise during this piece, as long as you're mindful to other people witnessing. And if it becomes too overwhelming, you can definitely leave the theater in the middle of the performance. Just know that you will have to wait outside until our talk back, if you do leave.
We're at the end, and I was like waiting for us to cue it together, and I'm like, I have one more paragraph to read. Okay, so just so you know, there will be a talk back after the piece. So if you want to ask us, the ensemble, any questions, you have a moment to do so. But just remember, if we are saying no to you in a moment by not wanting to answer a question, or also in the lobby when you want to chat with us after, it means we're saying yes to ourselves. So please be mindful around our consent and willingness to engage, because we might just be tired after, but it's not about you. Yeah.
And then before we get started, I'd like us to do like one little last breath together just to land in the space. To summon the poet Brandon Wint, I think he's here, but somewhere. He said before that this is not Vancouver, that this is a rainforest trying to remember herself. And so I think about that in the tendrils beneath my feet. I think about that in the soil, and maybe we can all do a breath together to remember that in our bodies too. So on the count of 3, we will do a breath in. 1, 2, 3. And deep release. Welcome to Ritual Revolution. Are you tender in the garden? 'Cause we're
Sprinklers wet cement. Children play outside. The ice cream truck wails. Can you feel the sun? The days are long, and we run, and we run, and we run. Can you feel the sun? Bare feet in grass. We let the land bring us back. Find waters to swim. We dive in. Can you feel the sun? Reading all day. Starry nights inspire the imagination to take flight, and we dream worlds better away. Can you feel the sun? Fires burn and burn and burn, and the world still turns. Can you feel the sun? Sleep in tents, walk with trees, kick up dirt, take chances, flirt. Can you feel the sun? Pick fruits of seeds sown, bask in fresh. Can you feel the sun? Love and love. Sing louder. Pick up the phone. We'll dance until it's dark. Can you feel the sun? Fires burn and burn, and the world still turns. Can you feel the sun? Fires burn and burn and burn, and you can't see the sky. And the world it turns.
I feel it in my bones. The high heat dissipates as things fall back into their nature. Return to earth. Fruits and roots picked and pickled. The crunchy crisp shedding of solar scales. The burden of bounty, shared and admired. Absorbed through interaction, distraction, discussion, perspiration, and persistent generation of nourishment for all. I feel it in my bones. A rhythm set to many paces, cascading time. Hurry up and slow down. Echoing, ingested and digested, decomposed and processed in ritual revolution, renewed. Echoing the colors of daylight in ephemeral prism, easing into the ache of equilibrium as we let things fall.
Maybe this eve I'll shed my skin too somehow. We shed. So we shed. So we shed.
A winter meditation. I invite the audience, those witnessing, to close your eyes. Take a deep inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. And take a long exhale out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Once more, take a deep inhale for 2, 3, 4, and exhale. 5, 6, 7. Come back now to your regular breath. Notice the cycle of your breath, receiving and releasing, receiving and releasing. Acknowledge the ritual of breathing that occurs naturally in the body.
Journey with us now as we offer an energetic visualization. See a network of roots growing down through your sit bones, into your seat, through the floor, cracking the pavement of the city, and going deep down into the core of the earth. See your roots connected to the tendrils of each person around you in this room, in this city. See your roots connecting to every living person across the world. See your roots connecting to all the more than human beings, the mushrooms, the flowers, the plants. See your roots meeting at the center of energy in the core of the earth. See this glowing core, this energy of love, grow and pulse, and draw it up to your root network through your spine.
Draw this golden loving energy into your heart. Maybe you would like to place a hand on your heart in acknowledgement. Allow this loving energy to fill your chest. Thank your heart for all it has held in this lifetime, for those it has loved, for all it has grieved, for all it has received, for its support in the constant cycling and pumping of blood through the body. This too is a ritual unfolding in each moment. I invite you to think of one person, whoever comes to mind. Send them this love. Beam them this colorful energy of light. Trust that your love is sent and received.
invite you now to visualize the stars above you. A whole night sky of planets and stars singing your name and orbiting above you. Let the light from these stars funnel into a golden stream and call that energy into the crown of your head. What wisdom do the stars carry for you about cycles, about the turning of the seasons, about the divine timing of life? Let this wisdom flow through you. Let the starlight fill your body. Thank the earth for holding you. Thank your heart once more for showing up today. And thank the stars for their good timing. And when you're ready, you can join the room with another deep breath. Maybe wiggle your fingers and toes. Ground yourself back into your body as we're all here together. Thank you for meditating with us and for honoring the cycles.
I'm going to share a poem now for Palestine. My grief today is the size of a gray planet covered in ash. My grief today is the sound of a bomb. My grief today is the sound of a long silence. My grief today is the nasty whine of drones in my headphones. My grief today is pooling like blood on the sidewalks in Gaza. My grief today is mother on her knees, clutching child to her chest. Oh mother, you are every mother. My grief today is Bisan's voice. Hello, I'm still alive. Hello, I'm still alive. Hello, I'm still alive, and it is day 98, and it is day 99, and it is day 100, and it is day 150. My grief today is the long tone of the answering machine. My grief is roaring into the void. My grief is in the group chat, growing into hope. My grief is on the street, singing, "We will not forget you. We will not forget you. We will not forget you."
In my dreams are tears that overflow and overflow and overflow and overflow, thick and heavy with grief and love for our Palestinian kin, become water for thousands and thousands and thousands of seeds of future ancestors in Gaza. In my dreams, thousands and thousands and thousands of seeds sprout into wild and majestic olive trees. Roots and limbs so grand they traverse apartheid states of mind. In my dreams, tree branches, olive pits, and mushroom spores lodge their ways in all weapons of war, rendering them useless, non-anthropocentric, permanent ceasefire. In my dreams are tears that overflow and overflow and overflow, thick and heavy with grief and love for our kin on Turtle Island, become water for thousands upon thousands upon thousands of seeds of future ancestors. In my dreams, thousands upon thousands upon thousands upon thousands of wild and majestic cedars, pines, hemlocks, maples finally fracture the pure pavement of modernity, tearing through railroads of colonialism, composting the paths of late-stage capitalist detritus, allowing us to become rewilded. In my dreams are tears that overflow and overflow and overflow, thick and heavy with grief and love for our kin forgotten across landscapes of space and time, turn into screams. In sacred rage, we scream the names of these kin. Our screams are so loud. These kins here, they are loved and grieved too. Our screams are so loud, they rupture the regimes of war. Our screams are so loud, they break down barriers of social class confines. Our screams are so loud, they crack through cages of consumerism. Our screams are so loud, they crumble factories of unfairness. And through our screams, the gaps emerge and create forests of food and wonder. And in these forests of food and wonder, I am alive, full of awe, and my hair is drenched in olive oil, and my tongue is kissed with maple sap, and my skin is so porous and breathing in the wildness. I am so feral and permeable that my rage and grief and shame and jealousy and love and joy break through in abomination. In my dreams, my new monstrous selves are finally able to express in full uninhibited glory, tentacular and rebellious. I dance, and 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 I dance until I can no longer. And when I can no longer dance, I become food. A decomposing corpse, a feast for fungal friends. In my dreams, as neo-troubadour poet Sophie Strand might say, I become good soil. In my dreams, my body, our bodies, fiendishly get to return directly to the earth, turning into nourishment for all our more than human kin that once nourished us. In my dreams, we let go of our ego systems. In my dreams, we are ecosystems. we're never on our own.
It's a revolution. Can you feel it? Feel it in your bones. Can you feel it? Feel it in your bones. Can you feel it? Feel it in your bones. Can you feel it? Feel it in your bones. Spring is coming. Spring is coming. Spring, do it all. Spring is coming. Spring is coming. Spring, do it all. Revolution is the evolution. Spring, do it all. Revolution is the evolution. Spring, do it all. Spring, do it all. Spring, do it all. Spring, do it all. Ha, ha, feel it in your bones. Revolution is the evolution. Can you feel it in your bones? Revolution, it's an evolution. Can you feel it in your bones? Ha! Revolution, it's an evolution. Can you feel it in your bones? Revolution is an evolution. Can you feel it in your bones? Revolution is an evolution. Can you feel it in your bones? Revolution is an evolution. Can you feel it in your bones? More gardens and less thrones. So yeah, we did a little bit of the time at the end over here for a talk back. If anything came up for you during the show, or if you have any questions, or yeah, just want to ask us some things, and then we will continue to do art and merch sales outside if you want to check that out before you leave, as well as yeah, talk to some of the artists. Just ask first if you have like a serious question, one or not, in the talk back, just in case, you know, it's been a long day, a long week for us, so just be mindful. Does anyone have any questions right now?
Don't all jump at once. It's overwhelming.
Yeah. I'll just repeat the question so other people can hear. So the question was asking us about our inspiration for this piece.
We wanted to honor the equinox that's coming up later this week, which will mark a turning point in the year of welcoming a new season. And we were thinking about the cycles of capitalistic greed and colonialism and types of things that wear us down, and wanting to, we were really working through a process of discovery of what does this feel like in movement, and what are songs that reflect these questions, and we really were just trying to find the answers to our questions through our jam sessions, where we would meet up and explore these questions through our songs, through our jams, through our movements, and through our discussions, and just being together through the difficulty of what was coming up. Sometimes we would have rehearsals where we would all be really sad about what's unfolding, the genocide in Gaza, and we wanted to honor that too. And so all these things kind of worked towards inspiring us.
Also, just today, there's a bunch of comrades shutting down Scotiabank, so shouts out to those people out there doing the work on the ground too. Yeah.
You answered that great, so I don't have anything to add to that.
Yeah.
That's a great answer. Collectively, we all echo.
Big echo.
Resident echo. Yeah, Brandon.
So this was a device where, meaning, kind of built it from the ground up. So I imagine that in this moment, forward and we need to keep stuff like, you know, cycles, content, revolution, release, all these things. So having done it, how do you feel?
Yeah, I think I'm still integrating. Yeah, not a battle or a war, but an integration, and I am constantly integrating everything. So I'm also just really tired.
I'm just really profound answer because mine's like, like, you know when you get kind of like really anxious, my body all day was just like not doing the things bodies are supposed to do, and now I'm like, oh, you're done, and now I'm just like, I don't want to.
I feel relieved that I didn't mess up my cues.
Any other question?
I have a question, but I want to preface it with another question because the
Sure.
answer to that might stop me from asking. Is this a piece that you're planning to continue to work on?
Okay, well, I haven't told the rest of the team yet. So, just so you know, we got excited. I didn't tell you guys that. Yeah, so we. Yeah, I was so busy today. I forgot to let the team know. So we are doing like another festival in the summer. It is a different like time period, so we're gonna have to like revise and adapt it. And that venue is outside, so yeah, things will change. Our hope was to like continue to work on it and like kind of, yeah, just because doing a piece is a lot of work, and it would be nice to continue to just have places to showcase it, and just do it again. Yeah, because doing it once, you're like, wow, I spent all those months working on this thing and now it's done, but I kind of don't want it to be done. So yeah, we'll probably do different iterations of this piece again.
Then, question that I was going to ask, because I thought if this is the end of it, it's not really useful, but maybe it's a useful question now. At what point, because the piece is, for the first half hour, it was really clear that the piece was really rooted to equinox and, you know, those areas of the piece. And at one point I was thinking, well, if I hadn't been told at the beginning that the piece was also about Gaza, I wouldn't know. And then at a certain point, it was like, oh, no, now it's clear. So I'm curious, when in the process you decided that you needed to bring that into the piece?
When we were thinking about the cycles, we started like quite literally thinking about the seasons. So spring coming into fall and winter, and as winter was unfolding in real time for us and we were watching it unfold real time, coming into rehearsals, we could not bring it in. In the winter season, it felt like the space that we wanted to bring it in because it was about slowing down and sitting with our grief. So I guess, yeah, honoring that part of us and also our internal clock for those of us who bleed, having our inner winters as well, and having that time to grieve, to shed, to be with that. Is that clear?
Yeah.
Okay. And Anj, you have something to add?
I was just gonna also echo that really early on, we were like, oh, we can't ignore this. And I think sometimes in like maybe spiritual communities or there's this idea that it's like separate from activism. And so for us, we wanted to, when we were talking about what we wanted to do, it was like, oh, we want to do something honoring the elements, honoring the seasons and the cycles, and like something meditative. And it was like, we realized that like what we were really feeling was so inseparable from that. And so I just want to say, like, the equinox is a beautiful time to set intentions and to put ideas and seeds out there that you want to blossom. And so we also wanted to, we wanted our show, our movement, our poetry, and our song to reflect that desire of liberation for all across the world.
And extending that beyond Gaza too. I know we named Gaza and it's really important too, but there's stuff going on in Sudan right now. There's stuff happening really all over the world, and also extending that to, I know we've all said it, but our more than human kin. So I have this picture of Granville Street from just like 100 or 150 years ago, and it's literally like all old growth trees. And so feeling that in our fascia as well, because that's a grief that we hold in our bodies too. So bringing that in.
Any other, maybe a couple more questions? Yeah.
I have a comment and a question, but I just wanted to commend you on the music. It was so powerful and beautiful and distinct. So each of your, the themes were captured so brilliantly in the type of music, especially when Thelonious, that one section with, you started on the electric guitar and then the dissonance and the syncopation, and I felt like, I think that's what you were trying to convey, the chaos that's happening. And as someone who is slightly hard of hearing, I felt like I could hear it in surround sound. So that part was just very powerful and beautiful. Then also contrasting that with the reshed, which was so melodic and beautiful as well. So I was just wondering, that was a comment, that congratulations on the musical part of it. It was that sensory experience was very powerful, and I really appreciated that. But I also wanted to ask about the collaborative process, like how did that music, because it was such different styles, where, obviously very talented musicians and singers and vocalists, so I was just wondering how you built this part. Was it led by one person or each section, or everything came together?
That's a great question. Thank you, Auntie. Yeah, it was quite a collaborative process, but it was also pulling a lot of threads together. So, for example, the Tender in the Garden song is something that Alyssa and I had worked on and written and recorded to as a demo, and we felt it was kind of appropriate coming into spring. We wanted to evoke some of that tenderness in the garden, planting seeds. So that came very naturally. Ange as well has a lot of demo recordings, so we pulled a lot of things from things that were stirring, I guess, in all of our collective minds as well as individually, and then putting more of a structure to that as we built the show along. Bryn is an amazing piano player, so he's able to improvise over a lot of stuff and really amplify it and make it sound amazing. And then just jamming was kind of the rest of that. But yeah, definitely along the flow, we wanted to open with something chaotic. I hope it was chaotic enough. We definitely went all out on that. Just trying to evoke, the different emotions, as you said.
Yeah, we also, we started kind of, collectively deciding what we wanted the show to look like and feel like, and what our takeaways or what we wanted people to leave here feeling. And then we did at one point kind of divide things up, because we didn't actually rehearse as a group as much as you might have thought. To be honest, we had a lot of conflicting scheduled things and or griefs and or just life happens, which happens. So we did take different parts and worked on them by ourselves. We each explored different seasons and kind of brought things together, and tried to use, again, Thilo said, a lot of stirrings and inklings and callings that we were already drawn to, and then tried to piece it together and meld it into one.
And I just wanted to give a huge shout out to Bryn, who was audio engineering, composing a lot of things on the fly. I would just sing my song and Bryn would just know what to do on the piano, and did all the audio production. That's what you heard, the surround sound, all of that. So huge shout out to our quiet
One more question. We'll wrap.
Oh, Alisha.
Hi.
I noticed that you at different times were talking about hiking or trees, and I think you mentioned water too. I was wondering if during the process of making these, there were any ways that you connected with those meanings, or who brought them in. Is there a place that really informed this, or what were the ways that you connected with those meanings?
Well, one day, I think Thelonious found some turkey tails that we brought into rehearsal, and we did a little meditation with those. Thelo and I also have another piece that we've worked on too, about lichen. And if you have had a conversation with me, I have probably told you like at least 5 lichen facts. So that always just comes into the space. For those of you who don't know, lichens are very cool. They're the reason that we are here. They break down rock into soil, and they were like the first land beings. So the reason we have trees is because lichens were like the blueprint, right? And our root system is based on symbiosis. The word symbiosis comes from lichen. And we found out that our bodies are actually symbiotic beings too. So we have more non-human cells than human cells at any given time. And our actual mitochondria is formed from a symbiotic process.
Talking about different types of citrus.
But yeah, we had one like conversation where we talked about
citrus. Did you know all citrus comes from 3 different things? I didn't know that until Alyssa told me one day. It's just like, yeah. Anyways, we don't need to get down those. I think we'll wrap it at that. You can Google citrus when you get home and learn about the 3 ones. Like, but it's funny because it's not the 3 citrus you would think. But I'll let you figure out which they are in case I misquoted, and I'll be embarrassed. Okay. So with that, we're gonna wrap up. Thank you all for coming in today. We have stuff for sale, so stick around, check out our art, and we'll be around to say hi in a sec. So yeah, we'll see you in the lobby.